Fine, welcome back to picking up the slack.
I'm setting him up, you're knocking him down. Let's do this.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
This is your setup right here? I'm speedrunning. I don't know what you're talking about. I got this. This is my hand. I'm dealing it.
I love what we get here, but it also makes me feel like a bastard whenever I have to go up against the turtly guys with it.
Why?
Because of what it does.
You don't even have to hit them. You just have to hit the area around it.
Yeah, I know. It makes me sad. Because they're just... Well, y'all will see. They didn't even do anything to you.
No, they didn't. Do I care? Nope. I'm a ruthless hero.
Bastardo.
Excuse you. We don't have enough. We don't have enough in the budget for subtitles.
Why are you going this way? Don't you have to get the item first?
No. I thought you got the item.
No, you were like, no, don't get the item. We're going too long. We're taking too much time. People are going to get mad.
You're right, Brian. We should make a 45-minute episode. That sounds great. That would also be super fun to edit.
I'm sorry. I listened to what you said. Guess I won't do that anymore.
No, maybe you shouldn't. How dare you?
Sorry, I just had to have a you
you?
response to something for once.
Let's see. Let's see. We're going this way.
Over the top, slightly petulant, you know, that sort of thing.
Petulant. I don't know what that is.
Like a screaming spoiled child.
Oh! Wait. Okay. I don't know if... Okay, yeah. He's here. Alright.
Hey, fairy.
Come here. That's how you're supposed to do it. Like that, son.
Yeah, I know, but
Like
irritating you is fun.
Like you got some goddamn game.
I know how to play this game, but I'm intentionally taking certain routes and doing things that are the way I used to play it. Because I'm just exploring. I'm like, oh yeah, what is this stuff that's not in the direct path? Oh yeah, death. It irritates my co-host.
Oh boy. Alright. It's fine.
I gotta eke out my entertainment somehow. Like how when I play Metal Gear, I only play with the trank gun.
I mean, that's fine. They're the same thing.
Like, the game stops being fun if I can kill everything, because it's Metal Gear. I can just genocide that entire game in a couple hours flat, no sweat, but tranking, literally making sure to knock out every enemy at least once with the trank gun, that's fun.
And then throw them in lockers.
Throw them in lockers, just leave them in a pile, you know.
Violate their unconscious bodies.
Make them dance. Finding out how to make the brave ones dance.
Oh, yeah. Making them dance.
So I found the two ways that you do to get the brave ones that are like, if you're going to shoot me, then do it.
Yeah, just hold them up with a rocket launcher.
Yeah, or shoot them in the arm. Yeah, with a regular gun. Yeah, shoot them with like a regular gun in the arm. And they're like, oh, he ain't playing around.
It's like, oh, you did shoot me. Well, how about that? Well...
Because the brave ones you'd think would be smarter than that if you pointed a rocket launcher at them. They'd be like, you died too, idiot.
You like that shit?
I just think it's weird that your beams have like infinite verticality to them.
Yeah, they do.
It's like the pistol in Doom.
It's the power of being the hero. I mean, like Doom. Oh, you mean original Doom?
Yeah.
Like old school Doom, where there was no looking up or down?
Yeah. Your weapons also had infinite verticality, so if like an enemy was in front of you but on a ledge super high, you would automatically...
You could still blast them?
Yeah.
Ugh, that cracks
Just
me up.
further proof that Link and Doom Guy are the same person.
I mean, further proof.
Yeah.
When was there ever proof?
Oh, there's so much. There's so much in this fan theory that Link and Doom Guy are actually the same being. Or that Doom Guy is a Link. Green outfit, constantly fighting giant pig-shaped demon things.
Because green outfit instantly means Link. Wrong direction.
There's also the whole multiverse aspect where literally every mod ever is now canon.
Oh, what?
Yeah, every Doom mod ever is actually a canon adventure Doom Guy went on in one of the infinite reloopings of the universe that he survived in hell between Doom 64 and Doom 2016.
This was said by the creators, or?
Without spoiling too much about a major revelation, but Doom Guy in Doom 2016 is Doom Guy from Doom 1, 2, and 64.
Are you not spoiling a revelation?
And the fact that Doom 2016 begins with all new UAC, all new Earth. They don't know anything about hell and demons aside from the few UAC people that know about them. Did we forget a key somewhere?
I think so.
Weird. But basically, while in hell, because there's only one hell in the Doom universe, but Earth exists as this like multiversal place where the universe comes and goes in infinite loops. And it just so happens that Doom guy gets brought out of hell during one of these loops, and that's Doom 2016. It's also why the demons look a little different. They're going to flesh it out a little bit more in the upcoming DLC stuff for Doom Eternal that's like prequel stuff, more like pre-sequel stuff. It's all stuff that takes place between 2016 and Eternal. But the implication is among fans and kind of sort of wink nudge agreed upon by the creators is that as a result of infinite universes, every mod ever is just another either universe of Earth or just another element of hell.
Okay.
Because you can't tell me that Barney Doom is not absolutely someone's hell.
What is Barney Doom?
It replaces several of the demons in the game with just Barney the dinosaur. Right down to hearing, instead of like the little oink 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 of imps in the background.
It's him chuckling.
You hear that, or you hear the I love you being whispered. Like you hear the song, but it's super low.
I've actually seen that mod now that I think about it.
It's weirdly creepy. Especially if you get the one that's more MS Paint rather than the rendered Barney, because then no matter what, he's always facing you because they just did every frame, the frame where it's facing you.
Ew.
Yeah, it's just Barney Doom was creepy. You have Simpsons Doom, Russian Overkill.
I want to say I've seen that, but Russian Overkill.
Yeah, it's got a chain gun that fires fighter jets that play the United States national anthem while dropping carpet bombs on the entire.
Oh
arena.
my goodness!
Yeah.
What was the mod, the video you showed me where to reload his shotgun, he just took a fistful of shells, threw it at the general direction of the shotgun?
That's Combined Arms.
Combined Arms.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've almost got my computer set up to where we can start doing a couple of Doom mods one day if you ever want to give those a shot, because I would love to cover some great Doom mods on here and have you just play around with them.
Oh my god. I mean, I'm not much of a PC gamer. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do the whole...
You can play H-Doom.
I can play H-Doom. We cannot record me playing H-Doom.
This is true. I watched the guy... And the guy that... Just so you guys know, the guy I'm talking about is a guy named Icarus Lives that does these Doom Mod Madness videos. And even for people who don't necessarily like the game Doom, the way he covers the mods is so entertaining that even just like non-fans enjoy them. And that's how I've discovered so many of these mods that I love. He does a great video on Chex Quest, which is absolutely one we have to play.
Yeah, I'm about to say, did that already come out, the remake, or
the
is
remake
it coming
didn't,
out?
But they did do a source port release of the original for free, again, that runs on modern computers, on some of the more recent modifications to the Doom engine that have like higher resolutions and better options and stuff. So you can now play the entire Chex Quest trilogy in one pack on PC. And there's rumor that it's coming to the console ports as one of the free add-ons.
Okay.
I would be completely down for that too.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Like, cause I'm assuming some of our viewers have played Doom, but Chex Quest is one that I assume they haven't played just because it's a little
so
more obscure.
old.
Yeah, but it's legitimately good. There's even a documentary on its creation that I recommend people check out because, like, love went into this. When they were told that they were going to make an educational game and release it with Serial, they were like, well, we have carte blanche to do whatever we want, so let's reach out to id. Let's see what they say. And at this point, id was in their funny phase because like they licensed the Wolfenstein engine to Wisdom Tree for Super 3D Noah's Ark because they thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And it worked. And Chex Quest is actually like one of the best Doom engine games at this point. I mean, sure, it's just Doom reskinned, but it's perfectly reskinned.
It's fine, and you get to shoot slimy things and eat cereal.
You have a boot spork as a replacement for the chainsaw.
It's just an electrified spork
that spins. And all your weapons are called Zorches, and you have to send the Flemoids back to their home universe to save the planet Bazoik.
Bazoik?
Bazoik.
That was the name of the planet?
Uh-huh. Did you know you could also use the hammer on that?
Yeah, but it takes like 5 million hits.
Yeah.
I don't want to use the hammer on it.
Because I didn't know you could use the hammer.
Yeah, I knew you could use the hammer, but that is... Ooh.
A lot of bosses in this game, the item you get plays some factor into fighting the boss. The Moon Pearl being one of the few that just doesn't.
Yeah. Also, you don't take damage from spikes anymore.
Oh, hey!
Take that,
I bet you some playtester did it and got themselves killed and it crashed the game there. And they're like, well, we gotta fix this.
It's like, well, that's not gonna work.
And we defeated our first Dark World place. Also, graphics time!
What?
We get those sweet 3D graphics from the intro.
This thing, like right here, the crystal?
Yeah. Look at those sweet 3D rendered graphics, y'all. That's not sprite work. That's actually like the system rendering up an 8-sided polygon.
Blast processing won't get you that. Will it?
I don't know.
I wasn't much of a Sega person back in the day. I didn't really play any Sega until the Dreamcast was a thing, which is a hell of a time to jump on the Sega bandwagon.
Yeah. My old Dreamcast died. I'm thinking about getting a new one.
I actually haven't tried my Dreamcast in a long time. All I know is, if it works, it had a real problem with noise.
Oh.
Like, it ran loudly.
Oh, yeah. I got my first Dreamcast for $20 from a pothead at school.
Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Like, it's...
Came with a copy of Shenmue.
Is Shenmue that great? Because I remember, like, everyone and their mom used to piss their pants over the game. I've never played it, but I've seen a brief little bit of it, and I thought...
It was amazing for the time. It did a bunch of stuff games just didn't do. Like, it was a game changer, no pun intended. But now, a lot of the things that it did, other games have done so much better.
So it was good at the time, but it shows its age really hard.
Yeah, like, being the first at something doesn't necessarily mean the best at something.
Oh my god.
Like, you know, the Russians got the first satellite into space, but it was a ball with a blinking light on it. You know.
Well, I was going to bring up something that I told you about lately, or I told you about not too long ago today, like as of recording. Speaking of first of, so the Culling, one of the earliest battle royale games that I to my knowledge,
Yeah.
they're making another game, the Culling Origins, and I'm pretty sure you have to like buy the game itself, but in addition you get one match a day for free, and then after that you have to actually win your match, and you get a token, and you can use that token to play another game for that day. But if you lose,
So
that's
gross.
it. You're just screwed. Like, why would you have a game that you limit a person? You give a hard limit like that for one day. And I think they do the microtransaction thing where you can just buy more tokens to play more, but still.
That's the only thing grosser than the $5 save slots in Metal Gear Survive. And you know, I was willing to defend that game.
Yeah.
Like, the gameplay, if they get rid of the $5
I still don't
save
understand
slots,
why you were willing to.
because the gameplay is solid. It's just Metal Gear Solid 5, but a different scenario with more emphasis on survival and crafting. So, like, it's right up my alley.
And diamond-headed zombies.
Yeah, the zombies are cool. And the whole building fences and then stabbing them through the fences is actually kind of a neat mechanic. Like, I like the way that the game's corralling systems work. Like, the core gameplay is there. And then someone had to just, like, crap on the wedding cake, as it were.
So you are, like, so more apologetic to games than I am, I swear.
Because I have one primary criteria with the game. To decide whether on my pass-fail meter with the game. Like my initial pass-fail. And
What is that?
Am I having fun? Because even the crappiest game ever, I will have fun with it somehow. I can find a way. And if I find a way to have fun with it, then, you know, I then look at the cost-benefit analysis of it. It's like, how much did I pay for this? You know, it's like Virtual Highlight. Worst game ever? Yeah. Do I love it? Hell yeah. Am I gonna pay $70 for a copy for my Saturn?
Hell
no! Yeah! But if I ever find another cheap copy, I'll buy it again.
Oh,
Hi,
God.
Catfish.
Hello. I love that he gives you that sign that warns you, says, hey, don't throw anything into my rocks. And it's like, oh.
That's why I throw that in there.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I usually throw in.
Aw.
You killed him.
I killed him. But then, like, you come back to do it again, he just throws bombs at you. Like, alright, look, you greedy bastard, I was nice the first time. My generosity has limits.
He's like, ooh, this is a fancy bomb. Why can't I pick it up? Oh, it's flashing.
It means it's already working. You can use it. Go ahead, pick it up. Do it.
To gain an intimate knowledge of how well this bomb works, simply place both hands over your eyes and count to 3.
What?
One of my old games, like, that's like an introduction of one of the enemies. They're like, greetings, we are the last word in lifeform destruction. To gain an intimate knowledge of our engines of war, simply place both hands over your eyes and count to 3.
Oh my god. What game is that?
Star Control 3.
Oh.
The weakest one in the series. I
Like
still
the-
love it, though. It's got
Like,
the
you
best
sometimes
acting.
talk about Star Control. Like, what kind of game was it?
It's an asteroid-style combat game, head-to-head, with, like, Newtonian physics, but each ship has different setups. The
Okay.
original game, Star Control 1, had, like, a rotating star grid, and you would just move your pieces and colonize the stars and try to move towards your enemies and take them out. Like a strategic sort of game. The second game was this big open universe adventure combat game with light RPG elements,
Okay.
where you're constantly building up your core ship and making sure it doesn't get destroyed, but also making allies with different alien races throughout the galaxy and just trying to liberate the galaxy from the people that you apparently lost to in the first game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks for looking up already.
And then in part 3, hyperspace quits working, so your ship, the only one that can travel other ways than hyperspace, has to go to the center of the galaxy to figure out what happened. So you take a bunch of other alien races, sprinkle them throughout the galaxy, throughout the quadrant, let them build up colonies, and then interact with other people. And it's more of an adventure game that with a bunch of crap in the way, but it's hilariously written and kind of creepy in some of its animatronics, so I kind of love it. Plus, it features the voice cast from the people over at Legend who make some of the best point-and-click adventure games, like Deathgate and Shanara and those kind of games.
Okay.
And it's just all the same voice actors, like the same 20 people. But it's... no matter how much people hate Star Control 3, I'll always have a special place in my heart for it because it's what introduced me to the series. But maybe one day we'll play Urquan Masters on the channel, which is...
Urquan Masters.
That's the official name for Star Control 2, although it now is called Star Control 2 again because of some weirdness. Atari owned the franchise for a while because Accolade got bought out by Infogrames, and then Infogrames bought out Atari and then changed their name to Atari. When they went under, they sold off a bunch of their properties. Star Control was one of those. But due to an agreement that Accolade had, they were supposed to still be paying royalties to the creators of it, and they never were.
Oh.
The creators owned Star Control 1, Star Control 2, and all of the races that were created for those two games.
Oh, I think
But-
you told me about
yeah.
this. It was like a big fat legal battle, like who owned what.
Yeah,
and-
Star Control 3 was still owned by Atari, and the races created in that game and its scenario and the book were owned by Atari. And nothing was owed there. And when this other company bought it, they wanted to make a love letter to the classic stuff, and it became a legal fight with the creators because they were stubbornly like, no, we're going to make our own. And it just got back and forth, and they weren't talking. But finally, thanks to bees, everything's okay.
Thanks to bees.
Yeah, one of them mentioned that they liked beekeeping, and like, hey, one day let's just come over, talk about honey and try to figure out what it is that we can do to solve this. And they did. You found out that the other guy liked making mead, so they traded mead and fresh honey, and got over it. And
Shit. I might have put that portal in the wrong place.
so like they put the lawyers down and just sat down and talked, and now they've hashed it out. Toys for Bob are going to be working on. You're gonna teleport back, aren't you?
I hope not. Fuck me! God damn it. Locked me in this stupid cutscene. Alright.
But yeah, Toys for Bob, the Skylanders people, are the creators of Star Control.
Toys for Bob.
Yeah. And then they're working with Stardock, the people who now own the Star Control everything.
Okay.
And they're working as consultants on it. Origins can now use the original races, and Fred Ford are going to make their own Star Control game, and Stardock's going to help them with it with funding. So it's like the two are now working together on independent but slightly connected Star Control content, and everything's back on Steam and back on GOG, and they all have their original names now, so I don't have to refer to them as just like Star Control, Urquan Masters, and the Kasari Quadrant, which is what they all three got their names separated into.
Jesus.
It's all just Star Control 1, 2, and 3 now. Now if we could just find out the computer that has the near-finished version of StarCon, the PlayStation exclusive Part 4 that never got finished, that was going to be a space combat simulator like Free Space or Wing Commander, if we could have that...
That's right. Anytime I ask you about any sci-fi series, immediately some alien language starts spewing from your face hole.
That's what happens when you talk to nerds. It's called Trekno Babble.
I thought that was what they called it at the beginning of every Star Trek episode. when the guy, whoever the main character is, has to start a phrase with Captain's log and then just spew out about 2 minutes of just what sounds like fluff.
I think you're merging two different things, sir.
I might be. What's the other thing?
The captain's log is always just him setting up the episode for the day. But the engineer is always like, well, how do we solve this problem? Well, we have to re-inflate the flux flow through the dilithium intermix chamber, and make sure it's in proper phase and all this nonsense. In
I
fact,
thought they already did that during the Captain's log.
No. They try not to get into the babble in that.
To immediately scare off everyone else?
Yeah. But, what was I going to say? Star Trek Online recently made fun of that. I did a mission where I was, in someone's head, and their head was just, a representation of the ship from Voyager. And a door was locked, and it was realign the matrix. Okay, boom. Decouple the recouplifier. Okay, done. I hit the door again. Descale the mackerel.
The mackerel?
Yeah, it just started, throwing all kinds of random words at me. It's I get what you're doing here. You're doing that thing that Voyager loved to do of just over science talking everything.
Oh my god.
It went from being Techno Babble to Trekno Babble at that point.
Trekno Babble?
Where it was all just words made up in Star Trek and they're all loosely connected together. So you can kind of explain how the warp drive works if you know how the Techno Babble is used, because it's usually used consistently. But some things aren't, the word evolution is not used correctly in Star Trek. Yeah, they don't know how evolution works in Star Trek.
What?
They don't know how evolution works on Star Trek. People are constantly evolving into new forms of humanity. In one episode, it was a giant worm.
I mean, let's be honest. When you get right down to it, it seems like a lot of people in real life don't know how evolution works either.
Yeah. In one episode, this guy goes faster than light. He goes warp 10, and it makes him super evolve into a giant salamander via body horror.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
How? That...
It doesn't work that way, but that's how it works in that episode. I mean, the makeup won the show an Emmy because it's straight up the Fly level body horror. He's talking to them, and then he kind of gags, and he reaches into his mouth and not only pulls out his tongue, but all the meat that would go down his throat too.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, no, it's super gross. And then he just looks at them and starts smiling as this black goo pours out of his mouth as he's grinning at them. I'm just this is actually horrifying. 25 years after I watched it, that episode still bugs me. Shit. It's a good episode, though, because he kidnaps the captain and does the warp 10 thing again, and when they finally find them, they're just laying on a beach as giant, fat-ass salamander wiener dog-looking things.
What?
And they're well, we can fix them through something. They completely glaze over that they're able to reconstitute their DNA back to being fully human when they're, just giant dog-sized salamanders. But the biggest sin the episode commits is the camera then pans over, and there are, 4 baby salamander things that swim into the water, and then they just shoot the 2 big ones and take them back to the ship, and they just leave the babies on the planet.
Oh.
It's it's an entirely new life form now,
and you just kind of killed off its or more or less left its offspring to die.
Yeah. And then the character's I'm kind of sorry about everything that happened on the planet, Captain. I wish I could say that I knew what I was doing or not, but I'm sorry. And she's
but I don't regret a thing.
And she's all well, in most species, it's the females that initiate mating anyway. And then she just walks away, and I'm did the captain really need to say that? Did that need to happen? Yeah, Voyager was messed up. I liked the show, but in hindsight, it's the worst written Star Trek.
Is that what we're gonna end this episode on?
Don't fuck with salamanders.
We were gonna end a few minutes ago. Then you went on weird
salamander tirade.
Evolution mating salamander people, and I'm not sure what to think about any of this now.
If y'all are curious, the episode is called Threshold.
I regret asking you about Star Control 15 minutes ago.